Hey guys, welcome back to Chef Monica's Kitchen. So today I am going to address the zucchini situation because as we all know, this time of year, zucchinis have gone completely out of control. We've got them in small sizes, big sizes, and then the extra ginormous sizes. Those ones are really pretty much for like zucchini bread. But what I want to show you is a dish that is very popular in the Middle East. It's called Imam Bayildi, which literally means the Imam Fainted. The story goes that either the Imam fainted because the ingredients were so expensive, or that he fainted because it's so freaking good. I almost said a different word, sorry. It's my show. So, I'm doing mine with zucchini that I hollow out. You can also do this with the eggplant, the long skinny eggplant, which are the Asian eggplant that are have fewer seeds in them. And then you want to take either a melon baller, or you can just use a spoon. It's stuck in my hand. And you want to just scoop out the intersection here of the zucchini so that you make basically a tub out of it. If you want to use a slightly larger zucchini, you can do that. What I will often do then is cut them in half and make them into like little slightly smaller individual sizes. Each person would basically eat like a half a zucchini for an appetizer, maybe two if you're really hungry for an entree. And then you want to just kind of roughly chop up those zucchini, and we're going to put that in with the filling. For the filling, I have some olive oil in the pan, about 2 tablespoons of olive oil that I heated up there. We're going to go ahead and saute that up with some sliced onions, garlic, combination of cilantro, parsley, and dill. You can use any herbs you like, fresh herbs you like. The zucchini that came out of our little zucchini boats here, and then tomato. So let's see if this is heated up through. Should be. I don't want to go overboard because I don't want to burn it. So let's get our onions in the pan. They're not sizzling, that's okay. My handy dandy sous chef is both cameraman and sous chef. Okay, let me do this here like this, it's easier. We'll take all of our zucchini and toss that in there. We will take all of our garlic and then all of our herbs and get that all into the hot olive oil. You could also use sesame oil if you wanted to. That would be kind of fun for a little bit of a nutty flavor to it. And if you really want to make this like the super expensive version and really make that Imam faint, then you can use some saffron in here, but we're not doing that version today. Okay, so we'll season that up with a little bit of salt, just to draw out the moisture both from the onions and also from the zucchini. Zucchini has a lot of moisture in it. Fresh cracked pepper. I'm going to do some of my favorite herb de Provence, about a teaspoon of that or so. Be generous with it. A little bit of smoked paprika. And then this time I'm going to use a little bit of chili powder because I want some heat in there. Not too much, but just to give it a little bit of zing to it. Ooh, woo, ha! I hit my eyeballs. I can't see. I can kind of see. Okay, and then I'm going to do a can of diced tomatoes. If you've got tomatoes growing in your garden, by all means use them.
And we're going to pause.
And right back where we left off. You'll notice I was restrained myself this time with my language. I'm learning slowly. I don't give any secrets away. I did not say any nasty words.
I didn't say a thing. I just laughed.
So I have canned tomatoes, diced tomatoes. We're going to toss those in. If you have fresh tomatoes in your garden that you're growing, by all means use those. You just want to go ahead and peel them. When you just boil them in a little bit of hot water for about a minute or so, the peel comes right off, and then take out some of the seeds and chop them up and throw that in here. All that is going to simmer down now. Simmer down now. That was on an SNL thing, wasn't it once? Simmer down now. Maybe not. I'm imagining things now. And I'm also going to throw just a tiny bit of lemon juice for zest. And then once this cooks down, we'll come back and check back with you. So also, while our filling is cooking down there, I just want to show you how to season up our little zucchini boats. We're going to drizzle with a little olive oil, fairly liberally with olive oil. And then I want to season these again with our salt, evenly as best as possible. Our fresh cracked pepper. Our same chili powder. That one's gonna be a nice spicy one. We'll give that one to Jeff. A little bit of our paprika, and then a tiny bit of our herb de Provence. Just so those have the same seasonings that are gonna be in the filling. Also too, now I'm gonna drizzle with a little bit of honey because the tomatoes are quite acidic, and also sometimes, depending upon how large your zucchini are, if they've got more seeds in them, they can sometimes be a little bit bitter on the inside. Same goes with eggplant. So by adding just a little drizzle of honey over the top, or you could even use maple syrup, you kind of combat that bitterness. And now those are ready for filling, and we'll check back as soon as the filling's done. So you can see this is cooked down completely. This was our onions, our tomato, our garlic, our zucchini, all those spices. Now honestly, you could take this and throw it on top of like pasta and have an amazeballs just pasta meal from this, but we're gonna kick it up even a higher notch than that. So we're gonna stuff this into our zucchini boats. And you can be as cautious or as uncautious as you want to be.
It's a pretty rustic dish.
It's a pretty rustic dish. If you want to really make it for that Imam, you might want to kick it up a notch, but we're making it for Jeff. So then, once we get all these filled up, we will top this with goat cheese or whatever cheese floats your boat. I love goat cheese, some people don't. You could use feta, you could use Parmesan, you could use Gruyere would be delicious, Asiago, again, whatever cheese you like. And then these bake in the oven for approximately 25 to 30 minutes at 375 degrees. You want them to cook just long enough so that the zucchini is tender to a paring knife. And then that way, it's easy to eat that way. And I tell you what, this is good hot or cold, as an appetizer, as an entree, as
There's an entree version you've made that has a ground beef with all the onions and tomatoes
Correct.
filling, right?
If you want to put some ground beef in here, or ground pork, or even ground turkey, you could do that as well. I just make the vegetarian version because
It's
I like
traditional.
it. It's traditional. It's something that I can eat since I am a vegetarian, and it's a great way to use up all the fresh veggies that are growing in the garden right now. Incidentally, also, if you had any leftovers of this is really great, this filling I mean, mixed up with eggs in the morning as an omelet or as a frittata. The bomb diggity. That's my word for the day, bomb diggity. Okay, top with fresh goat cheese, pop it in the oven. We'll check back as soon as these are done and show you the final product.
Okie dokie.
It's done. Okay, so if you were to take your knife and stick it in there, it's just nice and paring knife tender. So let's see if that Imam was right. An Imam, in case you don't know, is a
Like a priest.
well, yeah, religious teacher, basically. Okay, hold on. Let me get a quick little. Oops, spitting on everything. I fainted.
Yeah, well, you stayed on your feet, so you didn't faint.